I play guitar in Def Leppard. Although I'm here tonight in Islington Academy with Last in Line, which is my little side project, the original Dio band. But yeah, I was actually on tour with Def Leppard when I noticed something was amiss, and so like for several months I got sick. We were actually in Australia. It was 2011, October, November, and I got ill, and I saw a rock doc, and I got antibiotics, and it cleared up the infection I had, but I had this residual cough, and I noticed it about a month later. We were in England. Actually, that was the last time we played in England, in December 2011, and I got ill again, and that was only like a month after I'd gotten ill, so I knew something was going on with my immune system. And again, I cleared up the symptoms of that after seeing a doctor and taking antibiotics, but I still had this cough, and it wasn't too severe, but when I exerted, I noticed I coughed more. And so that went on for 3 or 4 months, and I went to see my doctor in Los Angeles, where I live, and I kind of mentioned this to him, and he said, maybe sometimes these things just take time to go away, but the cough got worse and worse and worse. And then by June 2012, we were about to start a US summer tour with Def Leppard, and I just was coughing all the time and every day, and just the more I would exert, the worse it would get. And when we'd be on stage singing, and with Def Leppard there's lots of vocals, so I'd be singing and just the cough was just atrocious. I mean, I just couldn't get rid of it. So I went back to my doctor and I said, look, you got to do an x-ray and see what's happening here, because not going to take, it's something that an inhaler and a nasal spray isn't going to cure. So they did an x-ray, and it's bad when the doctor comes back into the room looking at the x-rays going and he didn't know what was going on. He said, I don't know. He said, you need to do a CAT scan. So he sent me right that very afternoon to get a CAT scan, and then they said, you have enlarged lymph nodes, and they said it could be one of two things. It's either a condition called sarcoidosis or a lymphoma. I said, okay, well, what do we do next? And they did some blood work on me, and I was anemic. And I explained to them, well, I'm vegetarian. And they said, oh no, this is way more than that. You're like anemic. Which kind of, everything kind of fell into place. And because I was really, really weak, my energy level was low. And so they sent me to an oncologist and a hematologist to do some more tests. And the oncologist was asking me all these questions, and I was ticking all the boxes, like, do you have night sweats? Yeah, funny enough, I do, and how long have you had them for? And I said, like the last 10 months I've really noticed. And even things like itchy shins, my shins were like really, really itchy, and the oncologist said to me, are your legs itchy? I said, yeah, how did you know? And then I hadn't been on a scale, I hadn't weighed myself for a long time, but I knew my clothes were really loose on me, but I'd lost an awful lot of weight, and I didn't even really notice, and I certainly wasn't dieting. So I had all the classic symptoms of Hodgkin's, but obviously we didn't know until I went and I did a medical biopsy, and they went in here and took a little piece out, and then they told me that it was Hodgkin's lymphoma. I actually didn't know. I had heard the term Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma before, but I didn't even know that it was a cancer. When I got my diagnosis, I did the medical biopsy on a Monday. I got the diagnosis on a Tuesday, and that was the day we started rehearsals with Def Leppard for our Las Vegas run of shows. So I actually went into rehearsal that day, and I was all bandaged up, and I said, I won't be able to sing today. So, but then I went back to my oncologist, and they did a bone marrow biopsy on me the next day to find out how advanced it was. And unfortunately, it wasn't advanced. I was diagnosed as stage 2B, so I guess I got it pretty early. And my oncologist was comfortable enough to let me go to Las Vegas for a month to do these shows, which was good. It gave me some time to process the information, and the fact that I had work to concentrate on was good. I find that very therapeutic, which is also why I'm still here, even though I'm still doing chemo treatments. I'm on the other side of the world and doing shows. I actually enjoy the work, and I enjoy the distraction, because I think if I were just sitting around at home feeling sorry for myself, I don't think it would be helping my recovery much. I actually do not do anything to supplement my treatment other than the chemo and taking the medications daily that I'm supposed to take. That's also part of my stubborn Irish mindset, that I'm not going to not work, and I'm not going to change my lifestyle. But the one thing my doctor did say to me is just like, do whatever you feel you got to do, but just be good to yourself. Well, the hair aspect obviously is the biggest thing, regardless whether you're a man or a woman or a rock and roll guitar star or whatever, you know. It's that's the most outward thing, you know. That's the biggest clue right there that something's going on. You know, and at first, after my first couple of chemo treatments, nothing really happened to me. A few of my hairs were falling out, and I thought, hey, maybe I'll get through this with my hair falling out. And my doctor kind of looked at me and said, that's probably not going to happen. And I tried to avoid washing my hair. So it had been about a week or so, and it was crazy. I had to get in the shower and wash my hair. I put shampoo and put conditioner in, and my hair was just coming out. I was just everywhere, and it was one of those horrible moments. And I just thought, can I say? I thought, this. I got out of the shower and I took scissors and I just cut it all off, like down, not as short as this obviously, but it was super short. And I had ordered a wig because I didn't know going into this. I thought, you know, I'm a guitar player. I didn't want to tell anyone was the first thing. I thought, you know, if I wear a wig, if my hair falls out and I wear a wig, I'll be able to go on tour and no one will really notice, will they? So I went to try on this wig and it just seemed so strange to me, you know. And it felt uncomfortable and itchy, and I didn't want to offend the guy because he'd spent a lot of time making this, and I paid him a lot of money for it. So I put it on in his shop, and I said, thank you very much, and he explained to me some instructions about caring for it. And I got in the car and I drove off, and it was on my head for about 12 or 15 minutes, and I just was looking in my rear view mirror and driving. And I just pulled over, and it was itching me, and I just took it off, and I haven't put it on since. And so then, you know, thanks to the power of social media, I decided I'm going to go on my Facebook page and I'm going to announce to anyone who cares that I am undergoing treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma, and when I go on tour with Def Leppard, I'm going to look a little different, you know. So, and the response I got via my Facebook page was just overwhelming. I mean, like thousands of people wishing me well. But what was even more of a standout to me about that was how many people have had the similar cancer, Hodgkin's or related cancers, and or if they haven't had it directly, someone in their family has or whatever. I didn't realize how widespread this was. So people were writing back to me and said, oh, you know, I recovered from this, don't worry, or do this or do that. And so that was very moving, and it was very touching, the whole thing. It is difficult. That losing the hair is probably the single most difficult thing, you know, but the Americans have an expression, making lemonade out of lemons, and the way I'm looking at this is that it's really allowed me to focus on my music a lot, because I don't give a how I look anymore. Like I said, it kind of takes vanity out of the whole equation, you know, and you have to kind of reprioritize what's important to you, you know. So, you know, I've had long hair my entire adult life. I'm going to be 51 in a couple of weeks, and you know, it was time for a grown-up haircut anyway. But it's really kind of allowed me to reprioritize, you know, and now when I go on stage tonight, I'm not at all concerned about how my hair looks. I'm more concerned about how I'm playing guitar. I would definitely advocate that people take charge of their own health, that you know, regularly see your doctor and explain fully to your doctor what's going on. Most people lie to their doctor, or at least, you know, tell half truths and stuff. I mean, you got to kind of lay it out there. And it's important to stay on top of it, you know, particularly as we all get older. You know, lymphoma affects so many people. There's probably an awful lot of people out there who have a lot of the classic symptoms who don't realize that they have, you know, the enlarged glands in their chest. So it's definitely worthwhile to check it out online and see if you fit the bill with any of the symptoms. Hi, I'm Vivian Campbell from Def Leppard, and if you have any of the classic symptoms of Hodgkin's lymphoma, weight loss, night sweats, itching skin, or a chronic cough, I urge you to check out your health and go see your doctor, and go check the Lymphoma Association online.